Hey, welcome to the Rig and Farm YouTube channel. I just got up to the property. I stopped to get some diesel on my way up here, and they were out of the off-road diesel that we normally get. So I had to get just the regular street diesel, which is about 25 cents more per gallon. Not that big of a deal when you're only getting 5 gallons at a time, but still a little bit more money than I normally would spend. Cost me an extra $1.25, whatever, no big deal. I'm gonna finish the rest of my coffee before I get started. It's a little chillier than I thought it was gonna be today. It's about 48 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up to about 65 by the time I leave this afternoon, so I'll definitely be warm without a jacket. There are a couple different projects I need to work on today once I get the tractor fueled up. The first thing I'm going to do is swap out the bucket for the grapple and take the tiller off and get the ballast box back on there. And right after that, I'm going to take the tractor up to the area where we plan on putting our chicken coop. I'm going to see if there's anything I can do to kind of clean up and get prepped so we can get our coop and fencing installed. I'd also like to get started cleaning up the hill from the front of the property that leads up to the garden. That way it'll look nice and clean and neat, and we can get started planting some of our perennials right there on the side of the hill and add a little more curb appeal to our property. Also, I'm going to check out the beehive and see if there's any kind of activity up there. Ideally, we'll want to see a little bit of activity at the entrance of the hive, bees going in or out of the little hole. Also, I'm going to check to see if they have any water. All right, I'm going to finish my coffee and get started. All right, there are a couple things to note. The first thing is that I didn't bring my work gloves, so I just got hydraulic fluid all over my hands. Luckily, I had a bunch of napkins in the car, so I was able to clean up a little bit, so I'm not having greasy hydraulic fluid hands. And the other thing, not sure if you saw the previous videos where we mentioned that we had some issues with our third function valve. The electrical wire got yanked out because it was hung really low by the installers, and it snagged on a branch when I was driving over it, and it pulled it right out, and we were able to fix it and get it working again. We're still having a few issues where the electrical wire that connects to the solenoid that closes the grapple keeps coming loose, and we have to get off the tractor, pull out the wiring harness, kind of push it back in, plug it back in, and then get it to work. It's super annoying, and I don't really know what we can do to permanently fix it, but I need to go ahead and put the camera down, do what I have to in order to get this grapple working today. As you can see, all I needed to do was push in the wire and get it working. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still annoying that I have to get it done. All right, we're gonna drive down the logging path and make a left to the alternate logging path to get up to the chicken coop area, and hopefully we're not severely underwater and get stuck in the mud. I guess we'll find out. Time to crank it up because this is too slow for me. I might be able to take out some of those smaller trees and make that a path that's a little bit faster and I don't have to go over the creek. Definitely something to consider. Well, I don't have the chainsaw with me at this very second, so let's go the way we planned on going. Well, that tree wasn't there the last time I came down this path. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down, turn the tractor off, and see what I can do to take care of that. I was able to move it out of the way pretty easily by hand. I'll have to come back down here with a chainsaw and just chop it down. All right, let's continue with what we were planning on doing. And the solenoid got unplugged again. All right, take a time out. All right, it's working again. Time to clear out this debris. I'm gonna put the camera down so I can get to work, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. I was able to get most of the big stuff out of the way and piled up over there. I'm gonna work my way up towards the coop area, which is just beyond those trees right there, up on the hill. Made a little bit of progress to get a path up here. Obviously I was able to get the tractor up here, otherwise I would be sitting on it right here. This area right here is where we're thinking about putting the chicken coop. It's a relatively high spot, so we shouldn't have to worry about any kind of flooding or drainage issues, because this little path right here goes down. I think we'll be able to make it work with minimal landscaping. Obviously, we'll have to pick up a bunch of these branches and logs, but we shouldn't have to take out any tree stumps. We should have enough of a footprint in order to do that. The part that's going to be really interesting is figuring out how we're going to get the fence up. Because originally we were thinking about using existing trees as posts and then adding supplemental posts. Well, I'm going to try to clean up this area a little bit more with the grapple. And then the next thing to do for this area will be to get the box blade to smooth it out, because it's still pretty bumpy and has a bunch of debris in the way that the grapple's having a hard time getting up. I'm going to go ahead and take a ride down there and show you what all I did. Yeah, this area is going to need a little TLC for sure. This area was covered in debris when I started. Like I said, I think the box blade should be able to take care of most of that. There are a lot of tree stumps that I wasn't expecting hidden underneath all the debris. There's my pile. Let's see if I can safely cross again. Very bumpy road. The grass seed definitely grew and spread quite a bit. We've got a bunch of wild ferns back here. That's pretty exciting. I still think we're gonna have to dig a trench right here and put in a culvert to allow adequate drainage when we get heavy rain. This area was a couple inches underwater the last time I walked over here. There's a culvert down there, and when it rains, this area does get some water. Hey, while we're on the tractor on this side, let's take a trip to the top of the hill. Haven't done that in a while, so why not? We'll have to come over this area with a grapple over the next couple of years to clear it out for some pasture for some cattle. fresh grass-fed beef from Reagan Farm, coming soon in about 3 or 4 years. It's a nice flat area right here. Look at that view. Right now I'm sitting where we plan on building our forever home. Once the kids are all grown up and out of the house, we can downsize and have plenty of space for us to do the things that we enjoy, have a little more room for entertaining. So we do like to cook and feed our friends and family. I'm gonna go ahead and drive back down to the front of the property and check out the garden, look at the bees and see if we have any activity around the hive. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera off on my journey down. Apparently this is a pretty good spot for sun because it's fully charged. Hopefully it stays that way so that we can protect our hive from bears or anything else that decides to come over and potentially eat them or knock them over. There are lots of logs over here and quite a few on this side as well. I'm going to use the grapple to clean up as much as I can, and depending on how much time I have left, I might get the box blade on. It's just about quitting time, and I'm gonna go check on the bees in a moment. The main reason I quit right now is because of this. The hydraulic hose hookup for the third function valve came unbolted from the front end loader. I'm telling you right now, the installation of the third function kit on this tractor was horrible. We've had issues with the electrical wires getting yanked out. Now the hydraulic hose connection bracket is all jacked up. There's always something with this thing. But I've been able to get a lot accomplished with the tractor, and I'm very thankful for that. Because doing the stuff that we've done so far by hand, well, we wouldn't even be anywhere near as far along as we are now. That pile right there would probably just have a couple branches in it. There's still quite a bit of debris right here, but it would be a lot worse had it not been for this tractor. I still need to get this other side. I'll probably come up tomorrow and get that finished. I did spend some time trying to clear a path to get to where we want to build our chicken coop, because we're going to have to use the trailer to get all of our stuff for the chicken coop build over to that area, because it's super heavy and we can't do it by hand. Luckily our ballast box has a hitch setup, so we'll be able to connect the trailer to that, and it shouldn't be a problem getting up there. All right, let's go check on the bees now. My work day is done whether I like it or not, because I need to leave and go get kids. I used a bunch of zip ties to try to secure the bracket for the third function hoses. Hopefully that'll hold for a while. Every time I come out here, I realize how much work needs to be done. And there always seems to be more and more work that I didn't notice before. And that's okay, because like I've said multiple times, we plan on living here for the rest of our lives, so we've got plenty of time to do. We definitely have more time than we have money, which is why we're doing the work ourselves. We did have to invest in this tractor, and we could get a lot more done if we had spent a lot more money, but we have a budget to work with, and this is what we can afford. If you enjoy watching our channel and seeing the progress on our farm and would like to support us, you could always go to our Patreon page and donate any amount you'd like monthly, and all of those donations will go directly to our farming endeavors. And you can also get different perks depending on how much you donate monthly. If you're in the North Georgia area, you can always become one of our customers as we get more and more products. We always have lots of farm fresh eggs, so you can always send us a message or email us at rigganfarm@gmail.com. Our various tomato and pepper plants are growing really well. We'll be selling live plants in the very near future. Follow us on Facebook and we'll be posting more information about that soon. We post quite a few pictures on our Instagram that also goes to our Facebook, so following us on there will usually give you a sneak peek of what will be featured in our videos coming up. As always, we really appreciate you watching this video all the way to the very end. Please give the video a thumbs up and comment below if you'd like to give us any feedback. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.